All right, everyone. Good afternoon. This is exactly 2 p.m. West African time. All right. So, to those of us who, or to those of you who are watching from wherever you might be watching from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, everything together. Today is another session with us at EasyFX Academy. This is our Thursday live session and Q&A session. So, um, basically, we have this session every Thursday because we I want to do our best to share with you what exactly we, are currently seeing in the chart. Or today's Thursday, so market is going to close. Or at least the forex market is going to be closing by tomorrow. And again, tomorrow is NFP Friday, right? First Friday of the month. So, just before then, we just want to share with you some of the profitable, trade ideas that we have on ground. All right, and then at the same time, also you'll get to answer whatever questions you have. So, that being said, if you have any questions that you might have maybe something that you noticed during the course of the week, or or as regards your trading, right? So you can just drop them in the chat section. You can just drop them in the chat section. Just give me a minute. Let me make sure that the link um, has been shared again. All right. So this is about 2 minutes past 2. All right. So let's say in the next let's say in the next 3 minutes, right, we'll be kicking off fully. All right, but if you're on this call right now, I want you to like this video. All right, it's just a thumbs up button towards the left hand side of your screen, all right, towards the middle of your screen or so. Just click the like button, all right. Just make sure you're liking this video. And I'm sure, like I usually say, that you have friends that probably are also looking for trade. All right, this is towards the end of the year, and many of us, or many people, will be looking for the trade that they will quickly take so that they can make some money for Christmas and New Year. All right, so for those of you who might might be looking out for dirty December money, yes, share it to your friends. It's not only you that reads the money. Share this video to your friends. I share the link to them. I'm going to send the link again on the group. Yeah, I'll share it right now on the group. Yeah, so so like I said, we'll just chill a little bit. By 2 minutes, by 5 minutes rather past 2, we'll kick off fully. 5 minutes past 2, we'll kick off fully. All right, but that being said, if you have any questions you just want to ask, or you can just drop them. Or if you have any commodities also that you want us to look at together, maybe for example, now you feel like you want to buy gold, but you're afraid of buying gold so that you not become liquidity for the markets, right? So you can just drop any commodity you want us to look at, or whatever questions exactly you want us to answer together. You can just drop them in the chat section. All right, but just relax. In the next 2 minutes exactly, we will be kicking off. I've played you some nice tunes right now, but all right, I don't have access to that, so just relax. 2 minutes time, kick off. Although there's just a minute left anyway, just a minute left. All right, so the next 1 minute, guys, we will be starting in the next 1 minute. If you have not liked this video already, please, there's a thumbs up button just towards the left hand side of your screen. Just click on it, all right, and again, share this link to your friends before we start. Again, we're starting in the next 1 minute. I'm looking at my time right now. I just want to see 14:05, and then we'll, like I usually say, we'll knock down 500 lot size. Very good. So yeah, this is 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes past 2. And I think this is a very, very good time for us to fly into today's video. All right, so welcome again to today's market market review. Oh my God, don't mind me. Welcome to today's live session with us at EasyFX Academy. Right. So like I said, if you have any commodities you want us to look at, just drop them in the chat box and we'll do justice to them now. Or if you have, any questions as regarding your trading, maybe something you noticed during the course of the week, something that you were a bit unsure, or you didn't understand why exactly the market played out like that. Maybe you took a trade and somehow you got stopped out and you don't really understand why exactly the market turned you to liquidity, or what happened that made you become liquidity. We are here for you. We are here for you. All right, so let me just start. Let's analyze the chart of DXY first. All right. For those of you who were around for our last session, and that was last week Thursday, right? We did four commodities basically. I think we did gold, we did GU, we did EU, and then I think we did maybe GBP or AED card, one of the two. I've already forgotten. All right, but we had GU and EU hitting our TPs one ratio. I think it was 1:3 or 1:3 plus, right? It was very straightforward, very simple, right? The only one that really pained us was gold. Gold wicked us out of the trade, right? And then went in our overall direction. I already promised myself that if I catch gold, they are just all of these commodities are just lucky that I'm not human. If I catch gold one day, yeah. Don't mind me, right? So let's just go into let's start from DXY. Let me analyze the chart of DXY so that we just have an idea of what exactly we expect the dollar to do, right? And again, like I said, tomorrow is NFP Friday. Right, so whatever we analyze today might be something we get to still see a little bit of even tomorrow during the NFP release. All right, and we're going to definitely be streaming the NFP release from here. So do all to join us for the stream. The link will be shared on the Telegram group. All right, but all of those being said, let's look at DXY. So let me just go to the daily time frame first. We're going to just do a short or a quick rather top-down analysis on this. All right, and then we'll just come to a much sooner conclusion, maybe on the 5 minute, on the 15-minute time frame that we can work with to take up trades between today and tomorrow. All right, so overall, from what we can see right now, the dollar still looks to it looks to be trying rather to be bullish, right? We've seen that currently price broke this previous high around here. All right, and it still looks overall want to still try at least, all right, to come towards this supply region around here, which is a pivot region around here for us on the daily time frame, which is it's still quite far away. But what we just currently seen is price sweeping liquidity from this high, from multiple highs previously, and then it still looks to be pushing up. However, when you come to a more local, maybe like the microstructure, right? Let's go to the 2-hour time frame. Let's go to the 2-hour time frame. Just give me a minute, please. Very good. So when you come to the 2-hour time frame, the structure that you notice will be a bit different. So in this case, right now, what you might be seeing will be something nearing the ends of being bearish. All right. So even though on the overall time frame, we are currently seeing that overall price is bullish, we are currently seeing levels of bearishness on the lower time frames, which we then might be able to capitalize on. All right. Since we are retail traders, we're not coming here to come and trade like they'll tell you that you should trade like the bank. It's very good to trade like the bank, all right? But the important thing here is that as a retail trader, at the end of the day, you might not necessarily be able to trade like the bank, right? So when you're looking at the Forex market, big players, where you're looking at the central banks, you're looking at commercial banks, you're looking at multinational corporations, right? And I want you to know that as a retail trader, unless maybe you're a retail trader that has, and at that point in time, I'll never call you a retail trader anymore. Unless you're a type of retail trader that has millions, all right. When I say millions, I don't mean in naira. And the type of millions I'm referring to, the type of million that wants to be touching billion. You understand? So unless you have such a large amount of liquidity, or right, such a large amount of money to push, all right, you might not necessarily be able to truly trade like the bank. However, what we try to do as retail traders is to try to follow the overall move that even those big players are causing, right? So I think I just felt like giving that one out to remind me. So but let's look at it again. So DXY, like I said, currently what we're seeing is the level of bearishness. What do I mean by that? Let me just quickly show you this. So let's use let's put this here. So something like this, right? So where we are right now. So currently I'm still watching out for the possibility of prices still push towards the downside a little bit more. We have relative equal highs around here. Yeah, we have relative equal highs around here. So I love using the word relative a lot when I'm referring to equal highs and equal lows. Reason being that sometimes your equal high or your equal low might not be on the dot, like to the last or the least decimal point, so it might not be as accurate sometimes. But when I use relative, I know that okay, they are very close. So this for me is close enough, right, within a certain level of or certain degree of error, right? This is relative equal highs I'm seeing here, all right. So what some people refer to as a double top, right? So you have something like this that some people might be expecting. Right, so this being said, basically we can assuredly, right, watch out for price to still drop a little bit more from where we are right now. right? And if at all I'm watching for that drop to end, I'm watching for that drop to at least come towards this downside and still gather liquidity or sweep liquidity from the left behind fair value gap that you might be able to see here. So something towards this end, right? So it's very likely from what I can see that we are still going to see price move towards the downside. Now, this is on the 2-hour time frame, right? So we're currently watching out for current price to still be bearish a little bit, at least until this point. All right, at least until this will be my area of interest now, my point of interest, or whatever you prefer to, whatever term you prefer to use, right? This will be my point of interest. So this will be my demand zone. However, what I'll be watchful out, or what I'll be watching out for rather, on this current commodity or on this current chart will be very, very simple. If at all I see, or whenever I get see price come here, right, before looking out for maybe buy, because like I said, I think during the market review, I realized that some brokers actually offer you the opportunity to trade DX, right? But before taking a buy from me, I want to watch out for confirmations, right? Because it's very likely that price can decide to break below here, come back, make a retest of maybe another zone or a pivot region or whatever, and then continue towards the downside. So your point of interest can either become, now you might have marked out a point of interest for yourself, and price will sincerely use that your point of interest for a buy, right? That happens a lot. I'm very sure it has happened to many people here, right? So let me give you an example, right? You have this point and you're expecting that, oh, price is going to come in. Maybe, for example, you saw something like this, and you're like, oh, this should still work as a sell, and then price will break out of it and then come to react from it again, and then continue as a buy, right? So what some people refer to as a pivot, sort of movement. So that's why I'm just using the term area of interest or point of interest. So for the meantime, this will be my point of interest between 105.786 and 105.688 on the chart of DXY. So currently I'm bearish on DXY, at least up to that point. Then we can watch out for, we can watch out for some bullishness from this guy. So I hope that is clear for what I can currently see on DXY. So basically using this, using this as a sort of guide. Let's look at maybe gold. We'll look at gold. I'll try my best to not look at too much. All right, because I want us to be able to keep track of all the trades that we are going to be taking. So I'll just be looking at, I have some point setups I'm personally watching out for, right? So let's see gold first. Let's look at gold together, right? Then we'll go on. So from 2-hour time frame, we start from there. Sure. From 2-hour time frame, we're seeing that overall gold still seems to be bearish. However, we are having on the much lower time frame chart. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. We are seeing some level of bullishness of gold, right? So we are seeing that currently price has not been able to break below maybe this low, for example, right? We've seen something like this, right? If we're going to maybe we're going to use this, right? So we're seeing something like this right now. So it still looks like price should still decide to maybe go towards the upside, just like that. And that also coincides with the fact that we're expecting, the dollar to be bearish. So we're expecting the dollar to be bearish, and gold should buy, GU should buy, EU should buy, right? Simple, correlation that everybody knows, right? So if we are to work based off of that, let me go to the 1-hour time frame so that we can just look out for interesting points. I would have sincerely preferred if I was able to spot, maybe some sort of consolidation on the 1-hour time frame. But again, like I said, tomorrow is NFP Friday, so before we might even get to see the type of moves that we're expecting, might be, during tomorrow's or towards tomorrow's NFP release. So let's see on the 1-hour time frame, do we have anything interesting to us? Not really. All right, so currently we have this point here, or this would be the high, so to speak, that I want to see price to break. All right, which definitely, if I see that price breaks above this high, that will be liquidity stream telling me that price is ready to now push towards the upside. Because if price has swept liquidity from there, then basically price has no reason to not want to continue pushing towards the upside. Right, so let's look at that. Let's have that down. Let me see again. I'm actually seeing a range on the higher time frame, like the 1-hour time frame, but it's too wide a range for us to actually use to trade, for us to actually get this scalp up. Let's see. Let us see. I was trying to look for something that would be much more comfortable. Okay. It's on the 15th, so let me come to the 5 for this. Let me come to the 5 from what I just saw now. I think this is a pivot, yes. With this orange. So we can still refine this later, but this is our current pivot. And let's see. Okay, let me just use that for now. So if at all I'm watching for price to still drop, let's go to the five. Let's go back to the 15. If at all I'm watching for price to still drop, then I'll be expecting something towards this end for price to still come back to sweep this low. So this will be the low that we'll be expecting price to come to sweep into. We have the sweep and then price will come toward the downside here for the buy eventually. So this is what I'm going to advise us to do for gold currently. You can watch out for buys from between 2637.78 and 2632.19. 2637.78 and 2632.91 rather. Let me come again. 2637.78 and 2632.91 would be what to be watching out for if you're looking out for buys off of gold right now. However, that being said, like I said, we just have this liquidity strip around here. Currently, it looks like price is ready to sell. All right, and I'm just expecting that when that sell truly begins, you've seen some level of rejection from here. All right, this last candle here showed us a little bit of a rejection from the upside, so we should still see price, come towards the downside. Let me just confirm something quickly on the 5 minute before we leave gold. Yeah, I think this can work. I think this should work. Yeah. So at least something towards this end. All right. I'm seeing another buy entry on the 5 minutes time frame, but I want to be very cautious about it. This again, yeah, this is very much valid. But yeah, this is actually very much valid. And again, I see that I'm still using the same concept, right? We're looking out for where exactly we are seeing liquidity being kept before we get to see maybe price come towards our zone. All right, and again, you can see that we have a little bit of an FVG left behind. So again, we have multiple reasons to believe that this might work out. So let me just give you the entry points. I'll give you 2 entry points for the buys, right? And I'll tell you what exactly you can watch out for before taking the buys from either of them. So POI 1 will be between 2646.21 and 2644.73. All right, and POI 2 will be the previous one I mentioned, which is a lot larger actually, but it will be between 2637.78 and 2632.91. All right, but I think I'll try my best to work with this first one now. Like I said, those are just the points that we're watching out for. All right, your entry criteria really would then be your entry criteria then would then be using sufficient level of rejections when you get to see price come here. So basically what that means, like I usually say on this call, is that I'm watching out for a rejection candle, right? Or you might be watching out for an engulfing candle pattern to be formed. All right, what does a rejection candle look like? Something towards this end. Let me just show you. Let me just zoom in on this so that you see what I'm talking about. Something that looks like this current gap that you're seeing here. Right, this is what I'm referring to as a rejection candle. So if you see one with a long wick towards the upside, it's telling you that there's something pushing price down. If you see one with a longer wick towards the downside, it means that there's something telling you that there's something pushing price towards the upside rather. So if you get to something like that, all right, and then you get to that the candle, or the body of the candle doesn't close, the body of the candle closes above that region, I think the buys should be valid. So you can just work with this currently on gold. Again, practice proper risk management. I think for me right now, this is a bit risky, but all the same, it's still something that looks quite valuable, quite plausible rather. All right, so this basically is what I'm looking out for on gold at the moment. Buys from either of these 2 points. Again, watch out for proper lower time frame confirmation. This on the 5 minutes, so maybe at all you might go to the 3 minutes for that, or you might just watch out for a rejection candle and a engulfing candle pattern, or whatever exactly you use for your entry criteria on that same time frame. I'm sure you'll be fine. All right, so that's it for gold. I don't want to take too much time on this. I said I have some commodities I want to share. Let's look at AUD. I sincerely hope that price has not gotten there. I don't know how it has been going. Oh, very good. This one already triggered. All right, let's see. I had this setup marked out since morning. All right, so I'm just going to keep watching how this one plays out. This is very, very close to hitting my SL already. All right, but getting in on this trade, guys, maybe what I'll just advise you to do is watch out for price to then watch out for a breakout above this region again. This is between 0.56805 and 0.56753. All right, so watch out for a candle that closes above that point, and then I think you can enter for it. That's if it doesn't hit this SL before we get into it, right? So that's just it. So you can just watch out for something similar to this for the short buy on AUDCHF. Your entry, basically you're watching out for price to break out of that range. Like I said, your take profit to be around 0.57054. 0.57054. That will be your point for the take profit. And then your stop loss, if at all you do get to enter, will be around 0.56741. Again, this is a 1 issue 3.6 or so trade, all right, that you might just watch out for currently. Then I think I have another one on card CHF also. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, card CHF. That is if again it hasn't. I doubt if it now. I doubt if price is going to still come back here. But if at all it does, let me just give you the setup all the same. Entry is going to be around 0.63033. 0.63033. Take profit to be 0.62719. 0.62719. And stop loss will be around 0.63096. 0.63096. That will be what we are currently watching out for on card CHF. If at all we do get to see price, give us a rejection from where we are right now, and then get to see that push towards the upside. So all that is clear for card CHF. So now that I've done those two, let me go to maybe GU. I'll do GU and then I'll do EU. All right. So if you have any commodities, like I said earlier, that you want us to look at, don't drop them in the chat section. Or if you have any questions you just want to ask as regards trading, all right, so you can just drop them in the chat section. So let's look at GU together. Let's see from the 4-hour time frame. Right. So I think I can delete this now because overall I am still quite bullish on this guy. Ooh, okay. Actually, this is still quite valuable. Okay, let's see how this plays out. I'm coming. I think my internet is trying to catch up to me. Trying to catch up with me, whichever one. Yeah, so let's watch out. Let's see. But meantime, I think I'm just bring this a bit towards this end. Let's see what we are currently doing. So currently from lookup structure on the 1 hour time frame, we're seeing that currently price seems to be bullish, right? We're seeing consecutive higher highs and higher lows and all of that. Good afternoon, Godson. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I don't want to I don't want to spoil my pronunciation, or I don't spoil the pronunciation, rather I mess up the pronunciation. So please consider GJ. Definitely we'll look at GJ. Maybe after G we'll just look at GJ together. All right, so for G right now, I think again, something like what we're just watching out for on gold. Let's see. Let us see on the So this is a typical example of I wouldn't choose that. I won't choose that. Okay, very good. So this gives us a very, very broad description of what you can just do on G. All right, this is basically what we used for our setup. I think that was last week Thursday also. What about BTC? The government guilt. That your name strong. For BTC, just enter buy. Use your buy BTC. Use your last low as your stop loss. Use 1 ratio 5 as your take profit. Just buy BTC. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. In fact, the mean I'm telling you, use 200. Don't use 200 lot size. Use 200 lot size if your broker allows you. Use 200 lot size. You're fine. But we'll look at BTC. Don't worry. We'll look at BTC. All right. So as I was saying earlier, right, for I've already talked. I've already forgot what I wanted to say. For GBP USD, right? So like I said, this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to use exactly the same concept that we used last week Thursday on this commodity. Basically, we're going to be working with a break and retest strategy right now for GBP USD. So I'm just going to be marking out to be currently, for example, we can use here, right? So I'm coming, please. I'm going to mark out whatever points, whatever zones I feel of interest to me right now. I think this is the next one that is of interest to me. Right, and I'll tell you what exactly you do with these 2 points. So you can see I've marked out 2 points. And the only reason why I'm marking out 2 points like this is because I'm currently seeing some level of consolidation on the 5 minutes time frame. Right, and I want us to work with that. All right, so this is what you're going to do right now. So let me draw them out, or let me outline them. a bit better. So you're not going to enter any trade unless you see a break and retest. Now, what do I mean by break and retest? Basically, you want to see either of these zones to be broken and then price to retest them, and then you enter for your trade, either for a buy or a sell. All right. So remember we talked about this in our last stream, right? And that's what exactly we use for the GU trade. What exactly you're expecting is, for example, if you are seeing something like this, where you are seeing like some level of accumulation or some range, we're expecting basically for price to either break towards the upside or to the downside. In this case, now the upside, and then for price to come to retest somewhere around the upper region, of the upper boundary rather of that range, and then we get to see the continuation for the buy. The rest is the case if we get to see price break below the lower region, we test, somewhere around there, and then we get to see the sell. So all that is clear. I'm just going to be giving you what you're going. I'm going to give you rather the coordinates for the zones that you can use. So for the buys, if you're looking out for a buy, watch out for a big and test out of 1.27401 and 1.27352. Watch out for a break and retest out of 1.27401 rather and 1.27352. Right, and then for the sell, if you are watching out for the sell, watch out for a break and retest out of 1.27191 and 1.27137. 1.27191 and 1.27137. With what I'm seeing right now, it is very likely that we might get to see price, give us this move, maybe for a sell towards the downside. What I'm currently seeing right now, but I don't want to jump again into anything because, like I said, what I'm just currently seeing again is some level of ranging happening on the 5 minutes time frame. I hope you understand that. So I want to be very, very cautious. If I'm seeing that range, then I just want to work with the upper boundary and the lower boundary of that range, and I'll step off my trade. So for this trade, you can exactly, like I said last week, be targeting 1:2 and 1:3, depending on your risk appetite. Right? If you have the mind for it, I would advise you to target 1:3. If you have the mind for it again, you can just target 1:2. Whatever you're going to be most comfortable with, I'm very sure you're still going to be profitable. Right? So I hope that is clear for GU. Let's quickly look at EU. Then I'll take GJ and BTC USD. All right, and I think after that we can call it a session. That's if nobody else has any commodity they want us to look at together. So, all right. So for which EU rather? Sorry, for EU, let me see. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Whew. All right, so again, locally from the 1 hour time frame, it looks like we're still seeing some level of bullishness of EU. Let's see. Move on to the 30 now. Let me delete this. Okay, we have a form of trend line support here that seems valid. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. However, will we see this drop? Currently, it seems I'm seeing some level of, like I said on GBP USD also, I'm seeing some level of rejection that gets to tell me, that seems to be telling me that we should see some level of sales very soon, either on EU or GBP USD. But I want to give us the safest possible entries in whatever for whatever scenario we get to see the safest possible entry. And currently, the safest possible entry I'm seeing for this guy is very, very far off. Very, very far off. Very, very far off. Very, very far. I'll have used the video. Yeah. So this will be 1. This will be 1 for me. And then, so basically the reason why I'm marking out this one is very, very simple. The idea rather behind it is quite simple. All right, basically what I'm just watching out for before price to, if I get to see this candle close with a strong enough rejection, let me just put it out there. So if I get to that this current candle on the 15 minutes that closes, and that should close in how many minutes then? So the next is about, okay, so we need to close now. As we close, yes, as. So this looks, oh, can you imagine? This was a very, very strong, this 230. So I think there was a news release. Very good, very good, very good. So I guess the same thing should be happening on GBP USD also. All right, so basically what I'm just watching out for before maybe price to give us this dip. Again, this is actually something that we might not see soon the way I'm looking at it. But this will be a very, very conservative entry. Now, why exactly am I looking at that? Very simple. This is currently a trend line point for liquidity to be stretched rather. Right, so I might just watching out for this to happen, and then get to see that buy. But again, this is actually something that seems like something I might not see this week. So let's come to the 5 minutes time frame. Anyway, I cannot say anything. I'm not the market. Market might decide to move the way it wants to move. Market might decide to move properly very soon. So let's see. Okay, this might be the prime break for us. I think after this, I'll quickly look at GBP USD to see what it's looking like. Yeah, so let's see. This is Euro. Yeah. So this might be what I'll be watching out for. I'll see how far this current move will take price. So what about gold and BTC? Please analyze once again. We've actually done gold already. We've touched gold already, but maybe I'll just touch on it a little bit more, or I'll just like scan through it rather, and then we'll call it a session. And so let's see. I'm watching out for this on Euro USD. Maybe. I'm just watching out for a retracement because currently what I'm currently seeing is that price is massively overbought, meaning that we should be expecting some reversals very soon. And that's what I'm just really coming down to see. But this current move is just basically sponsored by a news release. Again, this is 2:30, so I don't know what exactly the news is, but it has to be something strong enough to push price towards the upside like this anyway. God, please, tomorrow is NFP. Let the NFP can't be like this. Let it even be stronger than this. Let it just go in one direction. I don't want to see any whips so in the name of Jesus. Don't mind me. All right, so let's see. I do not know if I'm going to still get a form of reject or a form of reversal on EU, but if you get to see price come towards this end, I think this might be a good buy for you on EU. Since overall from what we're seeing is that we're expecting price to continue bullish. Let's see. Oh, unemployment claims. All right. That's actually that was the news that was released. I'm sorry, give me my internet is still loading. Come on. This my internet wants to be doing like Avatar. When the world needed it most, it vanished. May not do me like that. I beg. Okay, so let's do it like this. Like I said, I want to be as conservative as I can be, and I think that being said, this would be the best current bet. Coming, let me see it on 5 minutes ago. This candle will stop before plotting my zone, but let's see if we can just find any near. Yes, we can. Would that work? This has already been used. This one seems to be the most recent one that price seems to be telling us that it wants to use. I'm just mark them out. So basically what I'm just doing right now is I'm marking out pivot regions that seem to be of interest to me. Then we'll compare that with what we're currently seeing price do, and just pick up one that we so again, this looks to have been tested already, so I think I might disregard that for the meantime. This seems to be an interesting hidden gem. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see right now, after the massive push towards the upside, currently you're seeing that price is just trying to stabilize itself, and also you're seeing quite a strong push towards the downside from where we are right now. So I want to see the possibility of this playing out. Nah. So don't mind me in case you're just like looking at me and you are wondering what exactly is this guy doing. I'm just looking for the best possible zone for us to use. And the current price action I'm seeing, I'm not so comfortable just giving out random zones. So I think for the meantime, let's just work with this. This is the most conservative one I can come up with right now. I think is quite all right for the meantime. Your buy entries will be between 1.04903 and 1.04808. 1.04903 and 1.04808. Let me see. Your TPSL will be So this can be a sell. And I try my best to not be greedy. So let's just work with a simple 1:3 off of this. All right, so something towards this end. Entry will be around 1.04908. Stop loss 1.04788. Take profit around 1.05276, 1.05276. So all that is clear for EU. Like I said, this is the most conservative setup I can currently see to protect our capital. This is Christmas time, like I said earlier. As much as you are hungry to make money, you should also be hungry to keep your capital. And that's one of the things I'm going to try my best to do. So all that is clear for EU. And so we've done GU, we've done EU. I'll just look at GJ and BTC USD. All right, GJ, BTC USD, and then definitely we should be able to call it a session after that. So let's see GJ, sorry, GJ, BTC USD. So let me see GJ from, I think I was watching out for a sell on GJ during the beginning of the week. But I've not seen price get into that zone yet. It seems to be nearing it now. Yes, I think that's gotten, has it gotten into, not quite. Just remains by the L on its chinny chin chin. So let's see, 30-minute time frame. Can this still be something that we should watch out for to hold? Let's see. This. No. This will have been our quarter that showed that sort of formation being formed here. Price broke here. So this was where we got to see a break. Price came back. We tested this break here. Went towards the upside. So this might not end up holding. All right, this might not end up holding. So in that wise, let's see. Maybe we'll just look out for a re-entry for the buy, which I've already seen one very seemingly on seemingly high this time frame. But let's go to the 15 minutes so that we're able to have something a bit more slim fitted to our purpose. Get. So let's work with this. Let's work with this. So this will be our POI right now on GJ. Between 190.804 and 190.563. 190.804 and 190.563. This is for Godson. Again, I will not pronounce that name so that I will not fumble it. So if you're doing the things that I'm very sure of. Right, so this again will be price points for liquidity to be swept from before price coming into our zone. So we're just watching out for a drop, and then we might be able to get that buy from there. So again, you can watch out for 1:3 off of this for the buy entry. Something like this. So entry around 190.807, stop loss 190.506, take profit 191.714. I'll come again, entry 190.807, stop loss 190.506, take profit 191.714. So I hope that is clear, Mr. Godson. Whether Mr. or Miss anyone Godson. So I hope that is clear for GG. Let's see how if we will be able to get that buy entry. All right, the reason why I'm looking out for buys right now is because this current zone I was watching out for sales previously does not seem to be something that will hold up right now. Eventually, it might get to see sales, but from what I'm seeing, price might decide to just give us a sweep above this point. All right, to sweep these multiple eyes around here, maybe even this one, and then we get to see the drop from there. But I hope that is clear with for GG. So let's look at gold and we'll do BTC USD. I'm just going to scan through gold one more time for the sake of the government give it. All right, so for gold, this is what I was saying. I was watching out for this zone. All right, this was my POI one. All right, so either we get to see a buy from here or we get to see a buy from here. And the reason why I marked out this initial POI because we're looking out for a rejection. So if we get to see a good enough rejection by the time this candle goes, maybe preferably on 5 minutes time frame, not the 15 minutes, right? Or maybe even on the 3 minutes time frame. If we get to see a good enough rejection from here, then I think you might be able to enter for buys and maybe use this eye as your take profit. So that should give you about a 1 to 3 or so. All right, and the reason why I'm a bit skeptical on this, because for me this would be a more preferable trade around here. Again, a more conservative trade around here. High entry will be between 2637.78 and 2632.91. All right, that will be a preferable point for me to watch out for. Buy is currently off of gold. So all that is clear anyway. I want to see if this zone will hold. If it doesn't hold, then definitely I'm watching out for this guy to the down stack. So all that is clear on gold. That's clear on gold. I don't know why it's now that I've come back to gold and I'm seeing something else. I looked at it the first time, I didn't see it. Now I've looked at it again, I'm now seeing something else. Here, maybe let me quickly check for us. Oh, interesting. Would that work? Would that work? Maybe. Okay, so you see that currently price has broken below it. You see price has currently broken below it. These have been the sweep of, let me delete this so I can just quickly update what we are seeing right now. This has been the sweep of us of this. This one has also been swept. All right, so basically just watch out for price to break. Oh, very good. If you're watching out for a breakout trade, and this will be more risky anyway. If you're watching out for a breakout trade, you might just want to work with this. Let me see on the 5 minutes. Maybe I cannot give you a good enough entry. Yes. So if you're watching out for a breakout trade, this might be your best bet. If at all, now note again, I'm saying for a breakout trade, this might be your best bet for you to watch out for price to break below this low, come back into it, and then retest, and then you get to see a sell to here. We are watching out for a breakout for a sell. However, I'm not so keen on that anymore. I'm really not so keen on that. So that basically is it for me. The preferable buy zone will be around here 2637.78 and 2632.91. That'll be what I'm watching out for, majorly for my buys right now on gold. All right, but maybe we can get to see something previous or before then. I want to go in for your trades. I think I'm watching closely out. I'm watching more closely rather for this one instead of the previous one. But again, please watch out for this zone where we are in. We are seeing price coming towards right now. This current one, but I didn't give us the coordinates. Sorry, 2643.66 and 2642.01. 2643.66 and 2642.01. So watch out for this current AOI or POI, whatever you want to call it, around here. Let's see what price does. Again, what I'm just basically watching out for, do I have my point of interest? Do I have my areas of interest? If yes, do I get to see maybe good enough rejection when I get to see a candle coming, or when I get to see price coming to there? If I get to see good enough rejection, if I get to see my own one time frame confirmations, or if I get to see entry confirmations rather, then definitely I'll be taking up that trade. So let's just watch out for this, a possible buy from either here or here, depending on the entry confirmation that we get to see when price comes there. So all that is clear for gold. Finally, for today's session, we'll just look at BTC USD. So for those of you who have BTC, currently I am accepting BTC as pre-Christmas gift. I think it's a very, very good time to share BTC to the world right now. I'm not giving it out, I'm expecting and receiving. So if you have BTC that you just decide that I just want to do Christmas giving, by all means give it out. All right, so we've seen BTC give us massive. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. I wanted to give a what they call them now. I wanted to give a premonition for tomorrow's NFT. But I like being right. Like I think I've said, I love being right in this fight. It's when it comes to Forex. So I don't give the premonition so that in case I'm wrong, nobody will say, but you said this. All right, so let's see. Currently we are seeing rejection already from here. This is the current supply zone that we're seeing rejections from. This will be a typical basic definition for another block, right? The last bullish candle before the impulsive bearish candle. Sorry. We've seen first rejection, price has come again. We are seeing another rejection again. We see some level of rejection candle being formed inside there. We've seen that all the candles that have come, they have closed below. All right, and we've seen that they've closed with wicks, right? So below that point, so it gets to tell me that this zone currently is holding up massively. Right, I think that's around 10 what? I think that's around 104, 103 point something, where we're going to see that price is currently being rejected from. All right, so from what I can see, it's very likely we are going to still see price then drop a little bit off of this guy right now. All right, so how exactly can we then capitalize on this trade? Let's see this bar on the 5 minutes. Let's see this bar on the 5 minutes time frame. So I'm going to give you two scenarios, and I'm going to give you what exactly you should watch out for before taking any of these scenarios. This is a big scenario. currently. So this is going to be the major scenario from what I can see right now. Let me do this. Right, so I want to see price maybe drop down towards this is around 101.833. All right, again, so this is BTC, so we might not get to see that happen maybe till maybe Saturday, or we might not get to see that happen maybe soon. We've seen that price has given us a new higher high, like a new all-time high rather. So let's see, maybe price gets to give us that retracement for the downside before continuing for the overall buy. So again, like I said, because you've seen that price has come here, because I've marked out this region, does not mean that when price gets here, we're going to have price is going to need to respect it. All right. I'm not the one that tells price to react from where I've marked out. What I just basically try to do to the best of my ability is to watch out for what price tells me when it gets to my point of interest. So basically, if you're watching out for sales off of BTC right now, I think you can watch out for yourselves to at least somewhere around 101.833 or preferably 101.855. That's a bit safer. 101.855 for the sales, and then if you get to see good enough entry criteria for the buys from there, I think you should be safe. So again, I mentioned a couple of them. Some people look out for double break of structure, some people look out for a rejection pattern, some people look out for engulfing candle patterns, some people want to watch out for whatever their indicators are telling them. Whatever it is they are looking out as, or looking at rather, as your entry criteria, please by all means, like I will tell you, work with them. But for me, I just want to watch out for price to still drop here, and then I'll get to see what price does. So if I get to that price comes here and I get to see that any of those entry criteria from there, I think you can watch out for a valid buy from here. Your stop loss, TPOB. So this will be very high risk risk trade for me, because this is also 1:2.2 or so, which is below what I usually want to go for. For something like this, this is actually will be around 101.847 or so. Stop loss 101.09. Sorry, 101.847 would be your entry, 101.097 would be your stop loss, and 103.554 would be your take profit off of this guy. That's BTC USD. So yeah, that would just be it. That would just be national. That would just be it. So if I get to see again, like I usually love to just give out these disclaimers, right? If I get to that when price comes here, maybe when I get to that price comes into this zone, I get to that the candle that comes into that zone is a bit impulsive or a bit strong, and maybe as a result of the news release tomorrow or whatever. I'll be very cautious. Why? Because then I'll be watching out for the possibility of this zone to get broken and then be used as a form of resistance to push price down after the break. So maybe something towards this end. So you can see that basically what I'm showing you right now is how I'm planning for every single possible scenario that can come up when I get to see price enter that region. Right, so that basically is what I'm watching out for currently on this video. This will be option A for me, and I want to see that good enough rejection from that zone before entry for this trade. Option B will be for me to get a break and retest of that, but again, I want to see what the candles tell me when it gets into that zone. All right, so with these few words of mine, I don't think we have any more commodities that anybody has dropped. With these words of mine, we'll be coming to the end of today's session. All right, thank you very much for joining us for today's live trading session with us. We're just giving out some free setups, and let's see how this goes. Hopefully, by the mercies and the grace of God, we expect that this should give us some very good things. Everybody's looking out for how they're going to gather Christmas money, including me. So I'm currently massively watching out for that. All right, so we will see on Sunday evening 9 p.m. on our YouTube. Yeah, sorry, on our Telegram group for our market review session. So please do also join us. And you can just look for the link on in the channel description, and I'm very sure we're going to have a profitable rest of the week. Do take care of yourselves, and bye guys. God bless.